Let's chat a bit about the long-term vision of Liquity. We understand that in the short term, there's a need for certain people that hold crypto assets to be able to leverage themselves. But what is your long-term vision for Liquity?
So we have that long-term vision of making investments into interesting high-yield assets accessible to a wide range of people, to basically anybody who wants to invest.
Why do you want people to be able to invest into these high-yield assets?
Because currently I think, and this is my personal opinion, that one of the reasons why we have like a huge wealth inequality throughout the world is due to the fact that many people do not have enough disposable income to invest into interesting high-yield assets. So the fact that only the wealthy people can do that, this just amplifies the already existing inequality and makes it even bigger. And I think by providing a service or by creating a product that allows people, even the working class, to invest in such assets, that would be a contribution to lower this gap.
And so before we talk a bit more about how Liquity does this, why do you think that is? Where does this inequality and this asymmetric access come from?
The problem relates to the disposable part of your income. So normally the rich, they can maybe invest 50% or 80% or even larger portions of their income like they receive every month, so that they can then also generate capital income from their investments. While on the other hand, people just living from their salaries every day, they just need to spend the money they receive, they cannot really invest anything. They have maybe some funds in a bank account which gives them like almost 0% interest, and that's it.
And how is Liquity going to change this?
So the way we do that is by giving people an option or a way to amplify their exposure to the assets they want to invest in. So let's say you have maybe $100 left every month that you could invest. That's not a big amount. Maybe it's not worth it really to invest because you may just want to keep it on your bank account. It's like really a small amount. But now, if we can basically amplify it $100, let's say, make it so that as if they could invest $500, that would be like a significantly higher amount. And we exactly do that by making it possible to draw loans against the capital that you invest. So currently, we only accept Ether as our collateral, so the loans, they're collateralized. So you can think of it that you already own something or that you invested into Ether. You put that Ether in our system and you can get a loan against that. This loan is paid out in a stable coin called LUSD, which is pegged to the US dollar. The collateralization ratio, which is the minimum ratio that you need to maintain as a borrower between your debt and your collateral, that determines the capital efficiency. So if you can put up $1,000 worth of Ether and take out a loan which is $800 or $900, then in the end, there is only a net difference of $200 or $100 that you effectively need to have as disposable income in order to invest.
If we jump into the future and Liquity has been a success, what does success mean to you? How does this look like?
So in the long term, we hope that at some point, interesting high-yield assets become tokenized so that they technically become available as collateral types. Assets like the MSCI World Fund, for example, like ETFs, or also like treasury bills, let's say, from the US, or just even shares from big corporations. I mean, when they get tokenized and accessible on the blockchain, we could accept them as collateral in a future version of Liquity so that everyday regular people can also use our system.
Cool, that's an exciting future. Thanks so much for sharing this with us, Robert.
Thanks a lot for having me.